Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our weekend advice for the weekend of the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th of February 2018. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to show you the cards and then we're going to take a look at the energies that we're dealing with during this time and see what we need to know about the energies so that we can use them for our highest good. So we have the Peacock, let yourself stand out and be noticed. We have the Kiwi, do a walking meditation each day for the next week. From the Tarot we have the Seven of Wands, the Two of Swords in the center of our spread, and the Nine of Cups. And then we have Fiona. Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. And Francesca. What do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So, with these cards, it seems that we have a choice to make. Either someone is presenting us with a choice or it's a choice we feel we need to make with the Two of Swords in the center of our spread. One choice, one option may lead us to some challenges, some difficulty, or situations where we have to prove ourselves and we have to stand up for ourselves, and the other option takes us to what we really want. It takes us to seeing a wish come true. And it's interesting that the Nine of Cups is on the side of the Two of Swords where the moon is. Okay, so we have the moon here, and that's what the Nine of Cups is about. So our intuition is telling us which way to go to get our wish to come true. Okay, which is why it's very important to make time to meditate, even if it's just during walking, taking a walk and meditating, clearing our heads, doing a proper meditation with sounds, music, or just meditating in silence, so that we may hear what our intuition is trying to tell us. Because things are difficult and complicated because we're trying to analyze things, because we're trying to be smart about it, because we're trying to rationalize everything. And that's where things get complicated, because our options look the same. Okay, it could go either or. It's 50-50. There's no way of knowing which choice is the right choice based on what we're considering, what we are taking into account, and how much we know about the situation. Which is why the crucial bit of information that will tell us which way is the right way is coming through intuition. With the Two of Swords, this is saying open up to listening to our intuition, because things become a lot easier and clearer once we do that. Okay, because we have messages all around with the birds. We just have to choose what we want to listen to, and choose the path that makes sense, and choose the path not necessarily makes sense in a rational way, that makes sense in terms of if it feels right, okay, if it fits. Choose the path that will bring fulfillment and joy and happiness, as opposed to choosing the path that sees us being challenged and questioned, and a lot of obstacles and additional delays and additional difficulties and things to overcome. The message is, don't make it difficult for yourself. Okay, why are we complicating things all the time? Why are we always doing that when it's so much, it could be so much simpler if we just pay attention to our intuition, because that's what is going to show us the way. Our choice may have to do with breaking away from someone, something. It's definitely about change, because we have the butterflies there. So it's definitely about change. And it is something that we've been thinking about, wondering what it would be like if that happened, if we could do that. And all that thinking about it, and all that visualizing it, and all that praying about it, should I, shouldn't I, that has opened us up to help from the divine, meaning divine guidance. So the message is, you've asked for this, now listen, now pay attention, okay? And the changes that happen, it can be anything. What do you want things to be in your life? What do you want your career to look like? What do you want your relationship to look like? What do you want your future to be? What do you want your present to be? Okay, because our choices now shape our future. So take some time to contemplate, take some time to meditate, to bring our intuition to the surface, and we will have our answers. We will have our sense of direction, and we will have our decision, okay? That's going to be the best for us in this situation. So don't be afraid to be on your own. That's also what this means. Don't be afraid to be on your own. Don't be afraid to focus on yourself for a little bit, because with the Two Swords, we could also have a lot of people around us telling us what we should and shouldn't do, what they think is best for us, and so on and so forth. They may be well intended. However, now is not the time for us to follow what other people think we should do. Now is the time for us to do what we feel we should do, what we feel would make us happy and would bring us a sense of fulfillment and a sense of joy in our lives. So that's why this says block everything else out and then go within for your answers and be open to receiving the answers, the guidance that we've been looking for and been praying for. Okay? Don't be afraid to take a chance, and don't be afraid of change. The Two Swords, this person is someone who usually hopes that someone else will make their decisions for them. Someone else will make their choices for them because they're afraid of making the wrong choice. And so they hold back until someone else decides for them, or the situation kind of works itself out. And then they just deal with the consequences of that. They accept the consequences of that. This is not about that. This is about, no, take charge of your own life, take charge of your own decisions, and take charge of creating the world you want to see. Okay? Because that is absolutely a possibility. The way to do that, the way to gain clarity on how to go about things or what to do, is to go within, to meditate, to open up to divine guidance that comes through our intuition, and then we will have our answers. We will have our sense of direction. We will have our clarity, our understanding of what we want to do, where we want to go, and everything that we've been envisioning, we will see come to pass. This is also a message to do everything that we can to help ourselves. That includes visualizing. That's a big part of it. And keeping our hopes up and staying positive. That's not necessarily as easy as it sounds. To keep hoping, to keep our faith through hard times. To keep hoping regardless of the fact that we've been knocked down so many times for hoping the same thing. It's not an easy thing to do in the face of obstacles and adversity. But that's something that it's very big. It's very important. It's a big part of what we can do to help ourselves, to stay in that positive space, to stay in that positive mindset, to keep our faith that everything happens for a reason, to keep our faith that our angels, our guides, the universe hears us and wants to help us. And then being open to receiving the guidance And there's something with the letter F, because we have Fiona and Francesca, and I noticed, they're drawing my attention to the letter F, whether that stands for February, in terms of this is the time, this is when you have to do this, or that stands for these energies playing out throughout the month of February, or it stands for someone's name, or it stands for whatever, okay, whatever you think of that has the letter F in it, or it starts with the letter F, that may be significant. We also have a lot of blue in the cards. That means communication is intense. Messages are everywhere. We just need to choose what we pay attention to. Because again, on the one hand, we can choose to listen to what other people think we should do, or we could choose to listen to our own ramblings. We can choose to listen to our own, thoughts, or overthinking, over-rationalizing everything, our own ego, creating confusion and difficulty. Or we can choose to listen to our intuition, through which our angels and our guides and the universe speaks to us. It's always a choice, okay? So the message is, choose you, choose what makes you happy, choose what will bring peace and happiness in your life with the Nine of Cups, okay? If something is so difficult, so challenging, especially if we've been trying to work on it, fix it, make it work, make it happen, force it to happen, the message is, okay, take a step back, go within, and just double check with your intuition. Is that really what I want? Why do I want to make that happen so bad? And also, what is the reason, or what could be the reason why it's not happening, it's not coming up for me? What are the reasons I want this to happen so bad? Is it that my heart is telling me that that's what I really truly want? Or is it that, someone told me that I should want that and I kind of convinced myself of it? Or is it that I was taught to think that that's what I need to have to be successful, and so on and so forth? And choose peace, choose joy. And my peace, my joy can be and should be and will be different than anyone else's. But that's okay. We're individuals. We don't have to all want the same things. Our hearts will tell us, what is truly our heart's content, okay? What would truly make us happy. We just need to listen to it. We just need to quiet everything and everyone else down and listen to our hearts, listen to our intuition, because that's how we focus on that connection with our higher self, or with the divine. And that's where things get a lot easier and smoother. Less painful, less challenging, definitely. Okay, so that is our message for the weekend. Let's have a look to see what our Power Thought card is. It's going to help us during this time. Okay, and we have, I balance my masculine and feminine, my masculine and feminine sides. The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace and all is well. So you see, you have the sun and the moon there. The sun is the self. It can be the ego, but not, necessarily the part of the ego that has to do with pride and what my status is and what people think of me and anything like that, but the part of the ego that defines who we are. And we have the moon that has to do with our emotions and our psychic abilities. So the message is, find the balance between what we want and what we can do to get what we want, and also what we can allow the universe and our angels and our guides to help us with. It's again going back to being co-creators. There's things that we can do, and there's things that we just have to, give them up to God, or we just have to let go and hope for the best with. Okay? And it's finding that balance. It's doing our part and then hoping for the best. It's doing our part and really believing that we deserve the best and we deserve this to happen, because it fills our hearts with joy. Okay, so it must be what we want. It must be what makes us happy, because we feel true joy, true happiness when we think about it, when we envision it. And doing our part, and that could be talking to people, that could be meditating, that could be, talking to ourselves, that could be doing research, that could be applying for things, that could be visualizing, doing our part, whatever we can. And then knowing when it's okay to take a step back and receive additional guidance, receive guidance towards, okay, what is my next step? What am I supposed to do next? Or guidance to say, you've done your part, now just keep things balanced while we do our part. Okay? And just give it up to your guides, your angels, the universe. Have faith in them, believe that they have your back, believe that they're doing what you've been envisioning them to be doing. Okay? So that is our reading for the weekend. I hope that it makes sense. I hope that it helps if you're dealing with these energies. Let me know what the cards talk about for you. Let me know what the messages, make you think about in terms of your plans, your goals, or what might be going on for you. Thank you so much for being here and for all your support. Let's all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.